Welcome to the President's Diary, where we take a look at His Excellency Dr. President Irfaan Ali's week of activities. Before traveling to Barbados to take part in the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development on Sunday, the head of state assessed the readiness of the temporary police offices that have been established at the St. Stanislaus College to deal with reports and other police-related matters, following the devastating fire at the Brickdam police station. Later in the day, His Excellency and a team of government officials were given a Guard of Honor welcome by the Barbados Defence Force upon their arrival at the Grantley Adams International Airport.
The head of state was accompanied by Minister of Tourism, Industry and Commerce, Unij Waldron, Minister within the Office of the Prime Minister, Kwame McCoy, and Minister within the Ministry of Public Works, Deodat Indar, as he took part in the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development.
On Monday, President Ali said in order for regional food security and resilience to be achieved, governments must think about transforming their food systems.
The head of state, who is also lead head of government with responsibility for agriculture in the CARICOM Kwesi cabinet, made this disclosure in his keynote address to Caribbean Week of Agriculture 2021.
We must reform our food systems in order to respond to these challenges and seize the opportunities that will arise from the demand for more food. Food security also is central to attainment of many of the Sustainable Development Goals. If the region is to avoid being deterred from attaining the SDGs, it must transform its food systems to ensure greater food security.
President Ali reminded that the world's population is increasing and that by 2040 there will be an additional 1.5 billion mouths to feed, inevitably translating to higher demand for food. The president said anticipated circumstances can pose as a challenge for the Caribbean to feed its people, but on that same token, he emphasized that the moment also presents an economic opportunity to help feed the world.
The Caribbean has the resources to ensure greater regional food security. It remains a travesty that our region, blessed with arable lands, abundant freshwater supplies, and skilled agricultural workers, imports more than $5 billion annually in food. We have the means to slash our regional food import bill, produce more of the food we consume, and in the process, generate sustainable livelihoods through agriculture.
In acknowledging that the shocks of climate change can imperil food supply, Dr. Ali underpinned the reasoning for the Caribbean to become more food secure. The president reiterated that the Caribbean has a way of securing greater self-sufficiency, but emphasized that much more needs to be done in ensuring in particular that the wheels of interregional trade are not encumbered.
Also on Monday, His Excellency, along with his delegation, held bilateral discussions with the Prime Minister of Barbados, Mia Mottley. Both President Ali and Prime Minister Mottley alluded to their desire for a new paradigm in the relations between Guyana and Barbados that would allow the peoples of both countries to benefit from an expanded program of cooperation. They expressed a determination to succeed with a model for the region built on enhanced trust and cutting through bureaucracy to achieve their objectives within the shortest possible time for implementation. Several initiatives were discussed to advance cooperation and investment in the areas of agriculture and fisheries, oil and gas, mining, forestry, tourism, the hospitality industry, transportation, housing, and water resources. President Ali Tuesday stated that the inaugural Caribbean AgTech Investment Summit is extremely useful in highlighting the region's efforts in promoting the transformation of food production and advancement of agriculture.
As this summit, emphasis is being placed on investment opportunities in the high-tech agriculture and high-tech agro-processing sectors for medium to long-term investment projects. The AgTech focus has several implications for the region as it seeks to significantly reduce the large regional food import bill, upscale agricultural production, and improve the sector's competitiveness. As the region gears up to expand its agriculture to include large-scale cultivation and processing, technology-based solutions will take on an increasingly central role.
Dr. Ali spoke about vaccination polarization and ways of fixing the development pathway during the 15th United Nations Conference on Trade and Development World Leaders Summit Dialogue 3, hosted Tuesday morning.
The world cannot be recovering when the developed country would have achieved more than 80% vaccination rate and the less developing countries are below 3%. The world is not recovering. It is the developed countries that are recovering. And unless there is a push for greater isolation now, and we're seeing that coming, because part of the recovery effort is to differentiate vaccination, differentiate those countries that are vaccinated from those who are not, and then restrictions to travel and the movement of people are coming into effect.
The dialogue, which focused on key issues such as international cooperation and multilateralism, was held under the theme, Building a More Prosperous Development Path, matching the scale of the moment. The head of state met with distinguished Guyanese diplomat and former Secretary General of the Commonwealth, Sir Sridhat Ramphal, at his home in Barbados on Wednesday. The head of state and his delegation ended his 3-day visit to Barbados with a lunch hosted by Prime Minister of Barbados, Mia Mottley. On Wednesday afternoon, His Excellency implored new graduates of his alma mater, St. Stanislaus College, to position themselves to be part of the solutions and to be versatile in their pursuits in life.
The transformation has to be at the personal level, our outlook, our thinking. It's a big move, moving from science to the other aspect of life. It's a big step, it's a huge step. It would require personal adjustment, our thinking process, the way we conceive things, the way we analyze things. It all changes very quickly. And we have to be prepared to deal with that.
President Ali appealed to the graduates to step forward into adulthood with a strong mind and commitment to task, while being versatile in their undertaking, since the working world often calls for adaptability.
That is the foundation that will enable you to pass through this phase. If you deviate from that foundation, if you step aside from that foundation, you'll be doing yourselves and this great institution a great injustice. The time has come for you to move from a theoretical journey to a practical journey, from fixture designed by textbooks to adaptability. That is the movement and the transformation that will take place.
President Ali on Thursday extended greetings to all Guyanese, especially those in the Hindu community, as they commence the celebration of Navratri, the auspicious 9-day period of fasting and worshipping of the goddess Durga. On Thursday afternoon, the president met with a group of American businessmen at his office on Shiv Chandra Paul Drive.
The head of state was joined by Vice President Dr. Bharat Jagdeo and Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Hugh Todd. The businessmen Lufti Hassan, George Awasu, John Hauser, Ken Jackson, Zafar Tahir, and Saeed Hassan visited Guyana to explore investment opportunities. The meeting comes on the heels of Guyana's impressive presentation at the Oil and Technology Conference in Texas last month. Vice President Jagdeo led Guyana's delegation at the conference.
Then on Friday, Dr. Ali emphasized that protecting the Amazon rainforest is vital to the future of the planet and reaffirmed Guyana's commitment to the Leticia Pact and its goals and objectives.
The protection of our rainforests is vital to our future and that of the planet. We have an obligation to support regional environmental cooperation aimed at protecting our precious natural capital and responding collectively to natural disasters which have regional impact.
President Ali urged the summit to continue acting collectively in the face of threats that can harm the countries and the development of their citizens, as each country has an obligation to protect its respective rainforests for its citizens and for the global population due to the Amazon country's oxygen-generating capabilities.
Our region stands at a crossroads. We are still facing the direct consequences of the COVID-19 pandemic, while attempting a robust recovery from its effect. Our region has been making efforts to intensify regional cooperation so that never again will we find ourselves in a situation in which over-dependence on the developed world for solutions to major global crises leaves us vulnerable and exposed.
This has been the President's Diary, where we took a look at His Excellency Dr. President Irfaan Ali's week of activities. Thanks for watching. Join us again next week.